it's Noor and welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you guys 10 laws that you need to apply in your relationship. And whether you're single or you're taking, this video is for you. Because I'm telling you, what I'm going to be sharing are going to save your relationships, whether current relationships or future relationships. So without further ado, let's get into the video. The first law you need to apply in your relationship, and by the way, in no particular order, is the law of consistent communication. Now listen to me. If there's no communication between you two, it's over. I don't care what you say, no matter how much you love each other. If you're not communicating, you're not gonna be able to be close to your partner. So that is why you need to make time every single day to talk. Whether about your day, whether to share your thoughts and feelings with your partner, or whether there's anything that came up, any issues that happened, you have to speak about it. Because if anything, that communication is going to clear everything up, and it's going to make sure that you two are on the same page. And I'm telling you, there are so many amazing relationships that failed just because they had poor communication and those partners were not able to connect with each other. So that is why I'm telling you, you need to prioritize communication at all times. And of course, there are cases where maybe your partner might not be good at communicating or sharing his feelings. Then you have to bring that out of him. You need to do it in a very smart way, and don't try to be too harsh with them. Just make sure that you're starting out with it, because I'm telling you, a relationship without communication is gonna fail 100,000%. Now the next law you need to apply is the law of quality time. Now you don't understand how important it is for two people to be present with each other, to do activities, to go on dates. It breaks my heart when I see, let's say, an old couple, or let's say people who have been together for so long and they no longer do activities together, they no longer go out, they no longer spend meaningful time with each other. Why? If anything, this is gonna deepen your connection. So that is why I'm telling you, you have to spend quality time. Practice your hobbies with your partner, and let's say you two have different hobbies, it's fine. Let him practice your hobbies and try to practice his hobbies together. This is also gonna deepen your connection, it's gonna deepen your bond, and it's gonna keep you both engaged with each other, and that's all that matters. Don't fall into the trap of, just staying at home, not doing anything. No, that's not what it's all about. Even if you two are married, do something. And I'm telling you, if you don't, you're gonna regret it later on. Now the next law you need to apply is the law of putting God in the center of your relationship. Here's the thing, putting God in the center of your relationship will 100% save it from failing. If let's say you've got a couple, she's a woman of God, he's a man of God, and they come together and they prioritize God first, they put God in the center, that is literally the dream relationship, because the man now is submitting to God, which means he's gonna get his answers from God. God is gonna tell him how to treat you, and he's gonna know how to lead. And what tends to happen? The woman, naturally, she'll be able to submit to her husband. And of course, not to mention, the relationship will be flowing with blessings. Everything's gonna be so smooth, because when God touches your relationship, you are guaranteed to have a successful relationship. And I'm not telling you it's all gonna be sunshine and rainbows, no. But with the grace of God, you're gonna be able to combat every single obstacle that comes your way together. The enemy, or the devil, is gonna no longer be able to do anything against you two. No matter what he tries to do, you guys are strong because you guys are putting God first. And how you can apply this and put God first, or put God in the center of your relationship, is you two need to have, let's say, Bible study. You two need to pray together, go to church together, discuss your faith together, discuss God together. Like, you two need to be equally yoked. And that's why in the Bible it says, take somebody that is equally yoked, because iron sharpens iron. Iron cannot sharpen wood. Iron cannot sharpen anything else. And that is why you two need to put God first before you even put the other person. I'm telling you. And if you do that, boom, your relationship is gonna flourish 100%. Now, the next law is the law of self-reflection. Now, listen, you don't understand how important it is for you to self-reflect on your own behavior and realizing how much it can affect and impact your relationship overall. A lot of times, relationships fail because either both partners are blaming each other and they're not being self-accountable, or one person is blaming the other person, and now you've got a person who's getting blamed for everything and another person who's being a total narcissist. Like, this is why a lot of times those relationships fail, because they're not taking self-accountability. And these people think that they're perfect. No, they're not perfect. And you shouldn't be pointing out fingers without looking back and realizing that you've got 3 fingers pointing back at you. So that is why you need to take time to reflect on your own actions and how you're reacting as well. And it is so important to also be open to your partner's feedback. No matter how small maybe the situation may be, even if you think they're not in the right, be open to receiving their feedback and self-reflecting and realizing whether what they're saying is true or not and how you can change that moving forward. Because I'm telling you, growth is a shared journey, and in order for you two to grow together, you have to be willing to humble yourself and change your behavior and adjust where needed. You know what I mean? And also, something that is really important to realize is that before you expect the other person to become the best or be the best, no, you become the best. Because when you become the best, then fine. If you want to expect the other person to become the best, fine. At least now you can talk. Now you can say something. Don't expect the other person to be where you want him to be if you're not even at the level you're supposed to be at. Do you get it? Now, the next law you need to apply in your relationship is the law of forgiveness. Now, listen, we would be lying to each other if we said that in relationships, it's always gonna be fun, it's always gonna be sunshine and rainbows, butterflies. No, it's always gonna be like that. And in every single relationship, there's going to be conflict, there's going to be argument, like you two are going to have a back and forth. Something is going to happen for sure. But how you deal with that situation and how you choose to react towards your partner will dictate whether you two are going to last or your relationship is going to fail. Now, the law of forgiveness states that if something happened, let's say something small or something that wasn't severe, then you two need to talk it out, discuss it together, and decide to forgive each other so you can move forward. Because you're not going to be able to continue if you two didn't forgive each other. Now, there are exceptions. I'm not talking about cheating. I'm not talking about disrespect. I'm not talking about humiliating. I'm not talking about taking advantage of the other person. No, I'm talking about situations like fights, disagreements, like things that happen between normal couples. Because I'm telling you, if it was severe, I personally don't know what to tell you guys, because if something severe happened to me, I would forgive that person, but I would let them go. Because you cannot disrespect me in any way, shape, or form, whether verbal, whether in behavior, whatever it may be. You know, all forms of disrespect. And of course, cheating comes under disrespect. So I'm talking about cases where, let's say, ego is involved, maybe surrounding influence, just anything like that. You guys need to realize that it's you two versus the problem. It's never you two versus each other. And this is something that's really gonna help you, you know, anytime that a conflict arises, anytime that there's something going on, it's you two versus the problem. And I'm telling you, if you do that, nothing is going to be able to break your relationship, of course, unless you choose to be dishonest, unless there's infidelity. We're not talking about those severe cases. We're talking about casual cases. Now, the next law you need to apply in your relationship is the law of consideration. You need to understand that being thoughtful and being considerate towards the other person's perspectives or viewpoints or needs is going to strengthen your relationship. So I suggest you always make an effort to understand the other person. Put yourself in the other person's shoes. Always be understanding. Try to see where they're coming from. Don't always try to make things forced in your relationship and try to make it's always you. No. A relationship is a partnership. It's you two together. And that is why I know it may be hard for people who may have been single for a while. But you have to realize that when you get into a relationship, you no longer should only think about yourself, you also should think about your other person. And once you do that, I'm telling you, this is gonna make your connection so much stronger, and it's definitely going to build your relationship up. Another law you need to apply in your relationship is the law of mutual respect. You don't understand how important it is to respect each other no matter what. Even if you guys disagree, even if you guys have different opinions, you always need to be respectful and always show kindness, because once this respect is broken, the whole relationship is broken. And I could speak from experience. In one of my past relationships, respect was broken. And when that happened, the relationship has never been the same before. And that's why obviously I'm not with that person anymore, because I value respect so much. And if you break that, you're done to me no matter what. I think that respect is given no matter who you are. Like, imagine you respect strangers. Why wouldn't you respect your close partner? Why wouldn't you respect a person you are building a future with? Like, there's no excuse with that. And no matter what they try to tell you, there's no justification to not respect one another. And I'm telling you, once you respect each other's boundaries and opinions, your relationship is gonna feel so safe, and you're gonna feel like you are being supported by the other person. And this is exactly how it should be. You need to feel like this relationship is a source of support and safety. Now, the next thing you need to apply in your relationship is the law of commitment. Now, when I say commitment, true commitment means you two need to be dedicated towards the relationship through thick and thin. No matter what's going on, you need to be ready to go to war together. Because again, it's not gonna be sunshine and rainbows. And only two people can move a sofa. One person cannot move. But if both people are committed to the relationship and they want to exit the horrible situation they're in, they can do it. And I'm telling you, when there's no commitment from both partners, the relationship will definitely fail. Now, because it's gonna show a lack of care, it's gonna show a lack of priority. If let's say you're going through something and the other person doesn't even want to work it out with you, and he's just like there, he's not doing anything, what's really there to fix? What's really there to continue to build? You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, a relationship is a partnership. You two need to add value to each other. You two need to help each other. You two need to commit to each other. This is how you'll be able to get through everything. And commitment is definitely going to make or break your relationship. Now, the next law you need to apply is the law of appreciation. Showing appreciation towards the other person is going to strengthen your bond. It's going to strengthen your relationship. It is so important to acknowledge the other person's efforts, what they do to you, their hard work, and whether you show that through your actions, through your words. I recommend you do both. You show them that you appreciate them, and you tell them you appreciate them. Whether you give them a kind gesture, whether you tell them kind words, or simply just being there for them when they need you. This is extremely important, because at the end of the day, why would you be in a relationship if you're not being appreciated? No, you tell me. If you're giving so much and the other person is not appreciating you for what you're doing, then there's no point. Because it's better to be single. At least you can appreciate yourself. At least you know how hard you work. At least you acknowledge your efforts. So I recommend, if you are in a relationship or you're about to be, or you're just single watching this video, you always have to appreciate the other person for what they do and who they are. And to people who are like, yeah, but they already know how much I love them. No, there's no such thing as, oh, they know how much I love them. You have to show it. You have to say it. Because I'm not gonna guess if you love me. And that's their right as well, to be reassured that, yeah, I'm with a person who appreciates me. That's the bare minimum. And the last law you need to apply is the law of open-mindedness. Now, when you two are open-minded together, this is gonna help evolve your relationship. It's gonna help you to grow. It's gonna help your relationship flourish. You literally don't understand how important it is to just be open-minded. And this is especially to those couples who have been together for a while. You need to understand that you're not gonna stay the same people people. You two are gonna evolve, and obviously you two are evolving together, so you have to be open-minded, because otherwise the other person is gonna feel like you're putting him down, you're not allowing him to grow. And this is where a lot of relationships fail. So I suggest you listen to your partner's thoughts and interests with genuine open-mindedness and without jumping to conclusions. If your partner is coming to you telling you about this new project that he needs to take and that requires him to go abroad, don't jump into conclusions. Don't be like, oh, he doesn't care about me, he doesn't this, he doesn't that. No, talk it out, try to understand what's going on, and be open-minded, because if you want a future with your partner and he has so many good qualities in him, do you really want to throw that away just because you're not able to grasp that new concept that you're getting introduced to? Do you really want to do that? Is it really worth it? I don't think so, especially if you have a really good partner. So when you are open-minded, it's going to allow you two to come together, to be very open with each other. It's going to create a safe space, a safe environment where you two don't need to hide from each other, because the other person is going to be open-minded. He's going to hear me out. Even if it was controversial, even if it was something that was out of the blue, you're going to know that the other person is there to listen and he is going to be open-minded. And yeah, everyone, that brings us to the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. What do you guys think of this type of video, when it comes down to like relationships and friendships? And I just kind of created this like 10 laws you need to apply in a relationship, because I just sat with myself and I'm like, yeah, I need to talk about this, and that's why I made that video. I honestly hope you guys learned something new. If you want to see more videos, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel, and make sure to follow me on my Instagram to stay connected with me, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye bye.